Hi guys and welcome back to another Minecraft video, and today I've been recording this video for probably hours. That's how many times I've tried to make this video. Oh, so many fails. Oh, guys, it's not good, it's not good. But anyway, this video is about a poll I made a few days ago, and that poll was basically talking about map jumping. And I'm just going to compare that with something I made ages ago. So first off, we have got something to just go over, which is that I know people are going to get salty about that thumbnail because, oh look, it doesn't add up to 100%. What sort of clickbait is this? What sort of like, I don't know, propaganda are you trying to throw us at? So, like, it's like, well, actually, guys, that's because I left out the neutral votes on the different forum threads I got these from, and because I didn't think they were really necessary. So that's why it doesn't add up to 100%. And if it doesn't add up exactly as it's meant to, then that's probably just because of how it's been displayed with with no recurring decimals or anything like that on mine time, because it doesn't seem to display recurring decimals with those percentages. Now, let's get into this. So, a long time ago, I made this. This comes from a thread where I was moaning about lots of things. The main thing really was about map jumping, because at the end of the day, that's what I really could explain. That had a lot more to say about why I thought it was good than the others. I thought I could really get, and actually, that's a much more important subject than the ender chest. I can live without having the ender chest, okay? I can live without that. I don't know what just happened. I didn't do that, but apparently I did. So, anyway, I'm in prison now, guys, and yeah, you can tell, guys, can't you? This thread. I mean, it's not perfect. I can't go back in time and make one just on map jumping, obviously, but this is, hey, this is what it is. It's pretty good. It's the most accurate thing I think you'll ever find about this at this point. And maybe there's some stuff before, but I don't know anything else. So I went back to my thread, which I can easily get to, and it says, "Do you agree with this?" Now, I added up yes and mostly to get 66.6%, and the hardly in a no overall is 5.6%. Basically, everyone agrees. Okay. It's just, that's what people do. Okay, now the thread links are in the description for this one and the new one. So basically, because they're both in there, you can have a look at it yourself. Go read them or do whatever. Vote if you like on the new one. That'd be nice. I really would appreciate that. Whether it's a yes or a neutral or a no, I don't really care. So I just want to get an idea of what's going on. So it was basically just accepted to just go with map jumping and all that other stuff. And I think if I'd made that a few years back again, like 2014, that might even get even. That might. I mean, I don't think I could have because I don't think they had forums back then on it for my time. But I think the yes vote would have gone up considerably, and the most from the yes or whatever. But obviously, I did not do that. So yeah. Oh, roasted's on. Nice. Hi, roasted. Now, anyway, let's get back into this. So it's clear that everyone agreed with that. Now, if you look at this new one, okay, which is just a map jumping. The yes vote's 4, and the no vote's 6. I voted for yes, of course. So, what I'm going to say here is that, well, clearly it's changed, alright? And there are more no's, but there are much less people than there were back then. And I think that the reason that it's like this, guys, I think that the reason is because everyone's just given up. I think the people that actually did play it, the people that liked that, the people that realised what was good about the game, have just given up. And that's why there aren't as many yes votes. And the people that say no are people that joined in about 2015 or more, because if you joined in 2015, you know that it wasn't allowed. If you joined in about 2016, you probably don't even think that it was ever a thing and are like, why are you even suggesting this? What a pathetic idea. Well, guess what, guys? That's what made it successful years before you ever joined. Okay, and I used to play every day. I know what I'm talking about, guys, I know what I'm saying. All right, I have thought about this more than anybody has ever thought about this, okay? Uh, I swear. I mean, maybe not, but I have thought about it a lot, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if that had been the case, if I've thought about it more than anyone else. And I've played it a lot, okay, guys, and I've stuck here trying to get it to come up the way it should be, try and actually make it a fun game. Just really hoping it will be, and I doubt it will be because of this poll. This poll basically just shows that the way it is now is that you're thinking, what the hell is this map jumping business? This is a load of rubbish. Why are people salty about that? Is basically the opinion. Or, oh, that wasn't allowed, so why are you saying that this should be a thing? And there was literally a comment in there that said, or like the post that said, well, no, because it's not allowed. And it's like, well, um, yeah, that's why I'm making this, okay? Because I want to know what people think. Because it's currently no. So I want to know. I mean, this guy obviously has absolutely no idea this even was a thing. He's just heard about this thing called map jumping that no one even does, I swear. And it's just like, you know, mine time isn't mine time, guys, okay? I'm just going to be honest here. My opinion right now is that mine time, it may say mine time, it may have mine time's forums, it may have its IP, and it may have its maps and its servers, but it is not mine time. The community isn't mine time, okay? Now, what I don't get is this bit here. Oh, let's make a poll on Prison about phasing into bases whether people like it or not. It's been basically fluctuating, but it's been about 50-50. Plenty of people are like yeah, and plenty of people are like no. And it's just one of those things. And to be honest, I can see why you might not want to do that. I actually think that that might be quite bad. Um, so I might actually now think about that, and I'm thinking, actually, you should have voted no. But the point is, it's hacking server, so I'm just going with, if you... Actually, I probably would have voted yes, because the way I see it is because obviously you have factions in Prison as well if you're free, or above, because obviously like your ranks let you go out into factions and stuff. In Prison, obviously they have a faction server as well, but that's a different thing where you just do factions from the start. So, they're quite happy to make a poll about that. People are quite happy to say yeah. And I actually think yes, because it is a hacking server. If you want to use TNT cannons, go on another server, right? Where you don't hack. The server is what it is, and it's not gonna... It needs to be a hacking server. It really does. Because it wouldn't do well if it wasn't, alright? It really wouldn't, because there's nothing special about it. It's really not got that stuff that the others do. So you need to have that to make it different to others, to make people want to play. So, the way I see it is that with all these other ones, all these other servers on the Mindtime network are quite, everyone's quite happy to just be like, yeah, we like hacks on there. That's all fine. We don't have a problem with that. But the moment that infection's mentioned, oh, now why is that? It's because no one, I don't know. I think it's because it's a different game style entirely to all of them. And I think it's also because no one on here remembers this, whereas with Prison, it's just still being debated right now, whereas this is not. This is a considered thing that people are just kind of... Basically, Mindtime's just made up their mind, saying, no, we don't want map jumping now. And it's so far gone, that I don't know if it will ever happen, really. But I'm hoping it will. I don't know if it will the first time. I'm pretty convinced the first time it won't. Although I'd like it if I saw a thread where they said, you know what, actually, guys, we're changing our mind. We're just going to let you map jump. I would be so happy if I saw that. And I think that could happen. But I don't think it will, really. I think it's more likely. Well, I think it's more likely that it won't. And I think they're going to mess it up. Okay. Now, with Infection, it's because it's a mini game. It's a lot more... I think the reasons for this are a lot more emotional than they are rational at this point. Because with Prison, all you do is you mine, you go to free, and then you do factions. With Infection, it's more of a social thing, so it becomes more emotional. And what has happened is that, there's a different opinion now, because the people that are now playing it don't see it the same way. It's more like it's because other people can do stuff to you that bothers them more than the fact that on Prison, they can't. It's not so clear. Now, obviously, phasing into bases is that, but it's not so direct. It's not so... It's just kind of what it is, but you're not even necessarily online. In fact, if they're going to raid you, you probably aren't. So you don't actually see anything, so it doesn't tap into that emotion. Whereas with Infection, someone just came up to you and decided it was time to have a spawn kill, or someone decided they wanted to jump, and they decide to go to another map, and you don't have hacks because you're not downloaded them, and now you're salty because you can't get to them. Well, that's tough because this is a server where you hack, so do that. You shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't be having to, you know, try to please two different communities on a server that's supposed to be a hack server where you just hack stuff, like we do hack clients just do stuff like glide and fly. And I think also part of the problem is that Infection isn't exactly a game that you just find anywhere. It's very rare. The point is, I think that's what it's about. There is no alternative to. So if people want to play Infection, and if they want to play it, that's really what it is, guys. It's the fact that if they really want to play that game, they have to come here to do that. And they might not necessarily like the fact that the server is a server where you use hacks. And I think that's the problem. And I just figured that out, and I just realized how much sense that makes. That makes a whole lot of sense. Alright? Because think about it, on Prison, you can just go, oh no, actually, I'm just going to join another prison server because there's hackers on here, don't like it. Or Kit PvP, oh, there's loads of flying people. Oh, I'm going to join another server then. Whereas on Infection, oh, there's loads of hackers. Oh, there aren't any other Infection servers, so let's just get salty about it then. That's what that is, okay? So anyone that says they don't like map jumping, I can almost guarantee that that's because of that, alright? So if you don't like map jumping, that's probably the reason, isn't it? Because if there was another Infection server, you'd go to it. But you can't do that because there isn't one. But the way I see it is that it should be, because Mind Time is a server where you hack. You should have one different. You should have one community, not two. Just because you have one game that someone gets a bit salty over, and you just got to go with what you do, and that would be to just let people map jump. Now, just so you know why this is such a big deal for me, is partly this. So if you look, I've got some videos just to show you on the screen a second. I'm not actually going to show them. I'm just going to show you the actual images. So we've got Evolution Episode 1. That got 19 views. That was 10 months ago. Not great, but it's okay. All right, that's what I got. All right, that's what I started getting these days. I still get that stuff, and it's actually gone down, to be honest. Minecraft Sky Clash Episode 1, 20 views. Well, actually, that's probably just because I've been doing update videos, but that's not great. It's fine, but it's not that good. Mind Time is back plus Infection gameplay, 172 views. Do you see the difference here? No, it's because it's also announcing Mind Time is back. But if you look at Zombie Infection episode 32, that's just Zombie Infection, and that's just a video, and it's got 150 views. Now, these are all from roughly the same time. And as you can probably see, if you looked at the amount of months, or it said Zombie Infection 1 year ago, which means 12 months or more, but they're about the same-ish time, most of these, I think. And you can clearly see that Infection does better on my channel by a lot more. Now, I know that sure it's just 100 views or something like that. Some YouTubers, that's like nothing if they normally get thousands or 10,000s or 100,000s or maybe even millions. But relatively speaking, for me, I'd say that's a lot better, and I would like to do that again. And I was also thinking, guys, and this is the thing, if I do play Infection, because guys, I'm not going to be playing it unless I can map jump, or if there's some seriously good content on there, which there isn't going to be. All right, let's just come back to realistic terms a minute. What is Mind Time these days? I mean, really, it is. I know they're called Mind Time and all that. They got time, in the word, but when it comes to the amount of time it takes for them to do things, it's about 4 times slower than everyone else, or about 1 year more than something that would normally just take 1 month or a week. So I've never seen a group or like a thing, an organization that has been so slow to do anything than Mind Time. And that's part of the problem because now everyone's forgotten. No one plays it. So the only people that are now here are people that just joined, never tried map jumping, and they just want to play Infection, and they're like, oh, we can't do that. But there are plenty of people on Prison now that are like, because they're people that have played it, they get it, and they're here because they're not on another Prison server, and they're just like, yeah, we're chill with that. And so there's a lot of people that want to be able to do phasing because they get the community, they get it, and on here, it's fine, it's thriving. Kit PvP, the same. They even put back some stuff, didn't they? Like, flying and stuff. And I actually really like how they've done it because it's now everyone can do it, and they have to vote. And that's good for the server, and that's good for everyone because everyone can fly. And that's good. That's a real good thing, okay? I think that's really good. Instead of just nabbins flying. Otherwise, it's just stupid. They just come in and kill everyone. Now everyone can use their hacks the way they want to do it on a server for hacking, and I think that's great. They don't have to pay $105. So yeah, I hope that that video was a good video to watch because I actually finished it now. This is it. Like because you know how I mentioned at the start of the video, um, that this was going to take. I recorded this for ages, and finally I've now done a good one. Oh, I don't think I mentioned earlier actually what I was going to say. I don't know if you guys know about Discord. This is the last thing. But that's an online chat for gamers, and I know that people make public Discords. So I was thinking, and I know you probably know what I'm going to say here now. I don't even have to say anything, but I was thinking if infection were to, be good. Even if not at first, because they may listen to what I say eventually, because I'll make a new thread and they'll be like, damn, you're right, actually. This isn't going well. I'll listen, which I'd hope they'd do if they know what's good for them. Then, if they then actually made it good, or whenever it becomes good, I might be like, well, as my views are now picking up, assuming they do that, and people start socializing with me on the actual server and stuff, I might make a Discord server, it could be a public one, for people to go on. And I may even then make videos with you guys on there and actually playing with me as at the same time. And I know that sounds a bit like how the hell would you do that? And I don't know because I haven't done it. But I was thinking that would be quite cool if that could be possible, and I might do that. And I think that would be a good way to kind of talk to the people that actually watch my videos a bit, and socialize and kind of make them feel like I actually do care because I do. I want you guys to be able to play Infection like you did before. I know it's fun. I used to love it. I still really love it. I want to play it again, and I want you guys to be able to play it again. I want to play it with all you guys, because that's what matters really for me, and that's why I like making videos because it just kind of it kind of keeps that legacy there, so I can always go back to that and say, oh, look at all these guys that watched it. Look, on 160 people that are watching that, we all used to play Infection. Happy days, it was great, and that's what it's about for me. I think it's not about getting 1 million subscribers. It's not. It's not about that. It's more about that. It's more about that kind of community on Infection that matters to me. And that does not exist anymore. Let's be honest. But will it? Possibly. Alright, but we have to wait. So the next video I'm going to be making will probably just be a video where I say, guys, look, I'm on Infection, and it sucks. That's probably what it will be. If it's not, then I don't know what it would be, but I'm guessing that will be the next video. So I don't know how long that will take. If it's not that, if it's for the same reason Infection's back up, hopefully I will be making the video and it will sound something like this. Yes, guys, that's right. Map jumping is allowed, and that's it, guys. Happy days. But that's not what's going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. Is it going to happen? No. So I think that's the video is just going to go with, well, yeah, guys, as I expected, they have done it. I have done it. They've put the maps in separate worlds, and that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because it really, I think this is actually a really quite important one to watch. I think I've said that about every single one I've made, but this one is the last one before I actually talk about when it actually comes out, unless something real big comes up, or if the polls change. But and I mean drastically, so it actually points in a very different direction. Say if the new one, decided to go with map jumping, that would be really good because that would suggest that Infection is really coming along. Now, if you guys haven't gone there to vote, obviously, like I said at the start of this video, the links are in the description. You can go and have a look at that. If you want to go and see what I mean about all my videos and stuff and the views and how Infection obviously works, go check my actual channel, this one, or maybe even my old channel, just to have a look and see what the views were like. I know my old videos were awful, they were about 3 FPS, but for some reason people still watch that, so if you want to go and see more of that, just for some extra proof, go and have a look at my video list, alright? So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.